Ta-da! Hello, welcome. Welcome, yes. I thought I said that already, but fine. Train Simulator and Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 today. Train Simulator first, then Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. So whether you're watching this live or archived, hello. Hello, Kangafango. Hello, Mr. W. Kangafango says, wait, we going settle today? So the same route, but the northern half? Well, the thing is that last time we only went along half of the route, Settle Carlisle route. We went from Carlisle to Appleby. I'm just trying to find it on the map so I can show you again. Let's see, where is Settle? Settle to be somewhere down there. That's Carlisle, so Settle should be... where is it? I know you can't see, I'm very aware of that. I'm very, very aware of that. There we go. Settle, of course. There it is. So, I know you can't see again, right? So... let me switch over so you can see. Right, so last time we started up here at Carlisle and we went south going to Appleby, which is somewhere. Should be roughly halfway actually. So it should, if you can, oh there it is, Appleby in Moorland. So we went to here, if this indeed is the Appleby, which I think it is. So in this stream, I would like to go the other half, which is from Appleby, going down further south, going all the way to Settle, which is down here. Unfortunately, there is no quick drive that starts at Appleby. So... we have to start at Settle and then go north to Appleby, which is interesting. Which means, that will mean, yeah, I mean, okay, sometimes I didn't do that. I didn't do the second stream as well, this, to finish the route, especially in some of the bigger ones. But in this case, the Settle Carlisle is very famous, and there's the Ribblehead Viaduct, which is a very, very famous big viaduct, which we didn't get to go over. It's such a beautiful route that I thought, well, we'll finish off the route so we've seen it all. I mean, there's no rule saying that we can't go on a route more than once. We can't repeat it. I mean, there are loads of sessions for most of them. So, yeah. I mean, unless you need to see something different. If you need to see a different route today, then, well, tell me and give me a reason. So we might be able to do something. So. Let's see. Hello, hiya. Oh, buffering. We can't see the screen. Yes, I know, it was deliberate. I was just looking for Appleby on the map. Or Settle on the map, but that's fine. Also, I think Applebee's is the name of an American fast food chain. I don't know. Is Carlisle in the north, or is Settle in the north? Carlisle, yes. Carlisle, right? Hi, hey, hello. Oh, right, southern half, I meant. My mistake. There's Appleby, yeah. I think it's Seattle, you mean. Seattle. No, it's definitely Settle. It's definitely this town is definitely pronounced Settle. Shadows, could you quick drive from Settle with the Pacer 143's provincial livery with the bus bench seats? Perhaps. I was thinking that we'd take the same loco, the Wooten Hall. So it's one run, essentially. Just continuing from the other side. But if you prefer to have a different train, then we can change. Nah, we're not in the US. It's Settle, not Seattle. My bad. Unless it was a joke and I missed it. In which case, sorry. Alright, it's fine. Alright. So where is Settle, then? Oh, I just showed you on the map. Oh, right, of course. It's the same place I showed you last stream. It's literally the exact... area. It is the same route. In Peak District, Yorkshire, UK, Northwest England. Okay, so here we go. You can you can see up here is Carlisle, last time we went down here to Appleby. Now we're going to go from Settle, which is down here, all the way back up to Appleby. And this is here. You can see this bit of the UK up there. So, I leave it up to Mr. W which train we take. Both would be fine by me. Okay, Mr. W, do you have a preference for what train you would like to me to drive on there today? 1 second. And also, sorry, I didn't say hi, but hello, I did see you come in. 587 the Bug Brain. Yes, hello, welcome back. Right. Trace, what selections of trains are there? There are lots. Either this. Hey, Slovak. Yes. Hello, I've seen you. Hello. Or this. Yeah, there are 2 links to Wikipedia, which by the URL I can see are going to the correct things. Maybe my scenario, the one which works, if any, lol. There are those 2. Maybe. It depends. I'll leave it up to the viewers, because last time we went on the Settle Carlisle, half of it, we didn't get to the Ribblehead Viaduct. I wanted to drive the other half today. Yeah, maybe. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, no, I would like to finish that. Tell you what, we'll do your scenario next, because I also do really want to do that. Those are the 2. For 900 I vote. Okay, sure, then that's the one. What's going on here? It is updating. I never told it to update. That is not good. Hold on, technical difficulties. I'll be with you in a moment. I'll revert the snapshot, don't worry. Well, right. God's sake, it's so buffering. And we haven't even gotten started with the locos. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh dear, oh dear. Postpone parallels. Yeah. Ah, Christ. Just as we look to get started. Will probs be a few minutes delay. Nothing major, yeah. You have auto updates enabled? No, I don't. Actually, when I started up Parallels, because I'm running Windows 10 virtual machine through Parallels on Mac, when it came up with the text of when to update, it was wait an hour, okay, or restart now, something like that. I have to click onto Parallels for the mouse pointer to go into Windows, and then I can interact with Windows. Now, I clicked on there, and then I clicked on wait an hour until it shows me again, until it shows me the message again. Now, maybe the mouse pointer was already in there, and the first click could have accidentally been on the OK, which would then probably restart it in an hour, which would be at 8. So that is probably what happened. I did find out a way to disable the automatic prompts, hopefully, but I haven't done it on this snapshot yet, on the train simulator snapshot, which snapshots are basically instances of Windows 10, which I have them separated so that in cases like this, it doesn't take ages. But I do need to start Windows back up again now, which it is already underway, so yeah. I tried to make another scenario in TS, so I installed the game, but it just kept crashing on launch. Oh, that is unfortunate, so I gave up. Ding dong, the service from Barnstable to Carlisle is delayed. This see because of technical difficulties. This is, of course, yes. Alright, I'm back at my usual 40-second delay. Well, at least you're home. Shut-Eyes, wrong snapshot maybe? Where you disabled it? Nah. Yikes, sorry about that. For the love of gods, why don't give us a bus replacement service? Don't you like buses? Shut-Eyes, maybe you didn't set your active time properly. I have. It should not automatically start. Automatic updates are off. It was probably the thing about the pointer actually being in it, whereas I thought it was out of it, so I clicked twice. The second time on the thing I actually wanted to click on, and the first time just anywhere to get the pointer into Windows 10. Whereas it probably actually was in Windows 10 already, which then meant I clicked on the wrong thing, and only thought I clicked on the second thing because of lag, and it had not yet registered that the message was actually supposed to have disappeared already. So, yeah. Which gods? Greece? Germanic? Roman? Well, the thing is, Roman gods, most of them are basically just the Greek gods, only reskinned, not literally, most of the time. All of them! Actually, there is an issue. There is an issue, because if you pray to the god, if you pray to the gods by saying, for the love of gods, that is actually you're actually praying, you're actually talking to the gods, interacting with them, then for most of them, that will be fine. But in some religions, some smaller ones, you may not have heard of them, they are what is called monotheistic, which means that they believe that only one God exists, one true God. So if you said, for the love of gods, and say all of them, you would have to include those as well. However, those gods would probably not appreciate it if you also attempted to get the blessing of other gods, which is actually a reason why a lot of wars have started in the past, going back thousands of years. So saying all of them is probably not the wisest thing you can do if you are attempting to get help from the deities. So, yes, just be careful about that. If you believe in such things. I like the last one. Same, it was the best, apart from the original. Oh well. Has there been an anime-style artwork PogChamp? Is. Yeah. Not as in is or ISS. As in is. 1 second. It wants me to log in again. Hold on. Wasn't that the one that you liked? The blue one? I wouldn't call that an actively anime-style design. Well, that's an anime-style one. Yeah, but that one just looks like a cut-off picture. The other one looks like it was pixel art. This one isn't. And it wasn't cut off either, so yeah. A reskin that. Yep, and that other one. The Romans made parodies of the Greek gods. Hello, Chris, welcome. Well, the thing is that Rome was, in all likelihood, a colony of Troy, at least in the Romans' own creation myth. A group of people escape Troy during the Trojan War. Which, if you don't know where Troy is actually a real city. Well, it was, but actually in many of them, that is going too far. It's where the little connection is between the Mediterranean and the other sea. What is it called? The Adriatic Sea? Or is that something different? 1 second, let me look it up. 1 second. Anyway, in their creation story, a group of people escaped Troy during the Trojan War, and they were traveling around the Mediterranean for a long time until they found a new country, Black Sea, the Aegean Sea and the Black Sea. That is correct. The Adriatic is on the other side of Italy. That is what confused me. So eventually they found this new landmass, Italy, yes, and they settled down, which was the city which then became Rome, which means that Rome already has strong connections to Greece, and most of the gods of the Romans are basically reskinned Greek gods. Now you've got Aphrodite, and you've got Venus. You've got Apollo, you've got Poseidon, you've got Zeus, and then you've got Saturn and Mars. You've got all these different gods, which are basically the same entities, only a bit expanded in Rome, because what they did is when they conquered a new area, they accepted their religion and incorporated it into their own. So it's not loaded yet. I'm loading up train sim in the background. So yes, which is why a lot of the Roman gods are mainly Greek gods, because there were actually two national languages throughout most of Roman history. One was Latin and the other was Greek. Yes, so most of the deities is Greek. However, there are bits of other religions mixed in there as well, incorporated in there, so that basically the people were at least spiritually, so from a religious point of view, most of them anyway, happy with being incorporated into the Roman Empire. Now, of course, there's an issue when there is a monotheistic religion that gets conquered, because you can't incorporate that. You can't have a monotheistic religion incorporated into a pantheon, which is where a lot of the strife between the monotheistic people of Jordan, so Canaan, that area, were conquered by Rome, where that developed, that whole thing. That is a cause of a lot of the strife. At least that's widely accepted by archaeologists, also historians, and it makes sense. It makes sense. Unless you have a different point of view, in which case please do share it in chat. I'd be very interested to hear about it. As long as we can all agree that discussion does not mean acceptance, because you can entertain a thought without having to believe it. That's a quote from somewhere. I forget where the quote is from. Something about that a wise man can entertain a thought without believing it, and that is the mark of a scientist or something, of a true scientist or something like that, or a true scholar or something like that. I forget the exact quote, but yeah. Anyway, yep, that's genius and so right. The Romans, right? Okay, sorry, I missed that before. Hello, Christianity is a monotheistic religion then? Yeah, of course. Well, it depends. It depends on which time, because the Dead Sea Scrolls, which were discovered in a cave, have a large part of the Hebrew Bible, but also other texts which are incorporated into that, which now are no longer part of it, but back then were just as important as the other texts, which remain to this day. And in those, there are a lot of entities that are basically... Okay, there is some very interesting stuff on this, which I would say, if you're at all interested in mythology... Actually, does it load? Is it loading? Is it buffering? Oh, it is buffering a bit there. That is unfortunate. If you're at all interested in mythology or ancient history or cultures from a religious point of view, I would strongly suggest that you look into this. One point is the Nephilim, which which are likely other originally represented other gods, which were then demoted to kind of semi-gods, and then to giants and things like that. So it's actually fascinating, if you ask me. However, I need to focus on actually getting the right route, because there's a lot of stuff here. A lot of it from the workshop as well, because I'm in the quick drive thing. Oh, there we go. Settle Carlisle. Going from Settle to Appleby. Got the right train. So, let me finish shooting chat and then we're off. And by that I mean the stream's over. We're off. Yeah, we can drink tea if you want. Unless you're going to go to bed soon, in which case probably not a good idea. Hey Chris, I heard my name. Alright, looked fairly anime to me. Might have been wrong then. Shushy. In history, I was learning about the feudalism. Yes, feudalism is very interesting. Feudal Europe came into being with the power vacuum left by the Roman Empire, which is what led to the Middle Ages, or the Dark Ages, at least in the European side. And by Rome, I mean, of course, the Western Roman Empire, the Eastern Roman Empire, the Byzantine or Byzantine Empire, which actually they always called themselves Roman. They never really saw themselves as a different entity to Rome, even though they were governed by two different sets of power. But anyway. Might check the archive, see if there is. Wasn't that anime one last Tuesday? Maybe. Arnithelestes God. Arnithelestes God? Arnithelestes God. You're actually praying to that guy? Puh. Might do, yeah. The blue one, with the glasses, facing right, yeah. Be right back, gonna take a bath. Sure, congrats. Black Sea, Dead Sea, Adriatic Sea, Pacific Sea, Atlantic Sea, Arctic Sea? One of those. Bye, enjoy. The story of Aphrodite's creation. Aye. Well, yes, but you kind of have to expect that if you're going into religion. Sharadise might want to upload this as a separate stream, even in a separate playlist. Gods with Sharadise Live. Well, yes, but then I'd have to turn it into a world-building series, which would be fun, but I don't have the time for. Religion Explained would be an interesting series. Yeah, but the thing is that because religion, there are so many parts of it, so many aspects, not only in terms of belief, but in terms of use and application and evolution over such a vast area of time and space, that any explanation has to be ambiguous to some extent, because there is not one specific explanation that wouldn't be, if that makes sense. Religion is alright as long as it doesn't get taken too far. If you believe that a duck-based god rules over all of us, that's fine. But if you start sacrificing people to that duck-based god, then we got a problem. Because one, you're killing people, and two, the duck-based god would probably prefer bread. Or seeds. Yes, true. Are you always confusing your Greek and Roman gods at parties? And are your everyday conversations becoming unbearably awkward because of it? Then look no farther than Gods Explained by Sharadise Live. Join the live stream and your problems will be destroyed by the gods. XD, Sharadise, what? Off? The stream's off? Right, you heard him, folks. Paxton puts on backpack. No, the capital C. The capital C. Greek myth in general is very strange. Well, to us, well, it depends on how much you have to do with it. If you are very used to dealing with it, then no. If you come into it from a modern cultural point of view, then yes. Full steam ahead and all systems normal. Like music is first created with, I think, pipes and holes and hollowed out turtle shells. Well, music is created a lot of different times by a lot of different cultures all around the earth. So there's not one specific instance where music was created and then it all branched off from that. I'll be honest, I just love the phrase duck-based god. Yeah. And his name is the capital duck. Probably prefer bread. But of course. Fine, strange from a western point. Western Greece? Hush. Right, now that we're done with this. Here we go. So yes, you can see this, right? No, his name is Panna. It's Panna the duck. Oh, I thought it was Howard the duck. Sorry. Oh yes, you can see it. Golden Spanner! Okay. So, right, from Settle to Appleby. Start. Let's see for how many AWSs I can trip. Aye, we can see it. Or rather, we can see it. We can see it. Good. Right. DBBR 52, which is that loco there. Half an hour already in already. Aye. You keep saying that, but I've only got 2. Yes. Nice looking logo. Yeah. It's got German-style smoke deflectors, which is very strange considering it is a German locomotive. Wait, no. Alright, we're not in Greek mythology anymore. No, we are. I mean, who could ever think that things like this actually exist? Now you can hear the loco, right? Right. Aye, there we go. Not the animal. We can hear the thing. Great. So, actually I'll open the doors here as well. Because I do want... Actually, we'll see. So yeah, this is Settle. People have settled here, as you can see. And, yes, this is our lovely, metal friend. Wait, why is it called Kinlet Hall? I thought I selected the Wooten Hall. Doesn't matter. It's a hall class, that's fine. Right, we've got our lovely Mark 1 coaches. And, yes, this here is Appleby, not Appleby, we're going to Appleby. Settle Station. Very nice, very nice. You can see on the lamps, it does also say Settle on it, which is good. So yes, on this map, we start... Okay, so in the other episode, we went from all the way over here, all the way along here, all the way to Appleby. In this scenario, we're going to go from down here, all the way up to Appleby, which should be interesting. So, release the brakes. Blower on. Let's put the cutoff, to the front, and let's rechat. We can hear the thing. Good. Yes, Tweet, the movie, The Lad, was filmed here. Yes, it was. It was. Favorite video game piece of music that isn't from your own game. The Lad, love it. The name, haven't heard of, seen it. Yeah, it's a bit of a sad film, but not entirely. It's got its comedy bits, yes. You have the queen bees, then the worker bees, then the apple bees. Yes, true. don't know if I could say favorite. Well, I just said it. But The Incident is quite good. And Bus Driver. Yes, The Incident is quite good. Right, so I've put the brake in self-lapped. So now, let's see if we can go. Okay. The mighty machine set into motion. Although I haven't played it, the soundtrack of Journey is also quite good, because I've actually watched a video essay on soundtracks in games and how much of a story they can tell, and that was one they mentioned. Well, actually, it was quite heavily about that. So, yes, here we are. And stop the blower. And by the way, these controls in the cab do also work. You can see I can change it like this. That might actually be a fun challenge sometime, to drive a locomotive with the interior controls. I can't seem to find the point where I can control the throttle, actually. Oh yeah, that's a big part of Journey, the soundtrack. It actually changes if you're playing online or online with another player, more fuller and layered. Yes, that is very interesting. Yeah, I can't seem to find the place where I can click on the throttle itself. I have tried driving steam locos without the HUD, and it almost worked. I didn't know the controls to change the speed at which the fireman shovels coal in at, so that's why I ran out of steam. But now that I know that, well, roughly know that, that should be good, so we can maybe do that sometime. The Incident is a pixel art side view game. It starts with a guy hailing a taxi, and then it falls down, it falls from the sky. After thousands and thousands of other objects fall from the sky: boxes, doghouses, barrels, aquariums, fridges, freezers, traffic lights, garbage bins, plant pots, and a whole lot more. Yes, and you eventually get to space to a wormhole, and then, well, things happen. The goal is to climb this huge pile of objects without having more than 2 things fall on you. Yes. And we can see we're coming up on a footbridge. There's also power-ups as well, like helmets which prevent damage for a few seconds. Wow, sounds kind of surreal. Very fast-paced. Yeah, it is actually a lot of fun, that game. Yeah. Did the smoke clip through the bridge? Probably. Yeah, it does. Also, it's mostly steam, not smoke. We're going up a gradient of 1 in 100. And by the way, this is a quick drive scenario, so there is no points system. So I could actually drive as poorly as I want and not have anything detractive from that. Actually, let's have a look at steam generation rate. Okay, that's still going up. What if I put in more coal? Will that still go up? 6, 7. Yeah, we need a bit more coal. I think probably like 80% should be good. when you look outside, you realize how fast you're actually going. Yep, there's also a cage with eyes inside of it. I am back. Hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. Do you all know what is feudalism? I mean, it's easy. Yeah, I know. I know what it is. This little thing is the AWS acknowledged, by the way. Guys, would you be interested in maybe a team session in some trains route? Maybe on East Coast Main Line or some other route? Let me know and I can make something when I'm bored. Yes, I would definitely be interested in that. East Coast Main Line, I mean, the East Coast Main Line in trains is a bit sparse. It is a bit sparse. I would prefer... I'm not sure. I mean, the Loo Valley line, though there's it's free on the DRS, the Loo Valley line, that might be an interesting one. Saw this locomotive, but that is a good offer, that's a good offer. Saw this locomotive, British Standard Class 460, today, 2 hours ago actually. Oh. Ah, yes. She's called Braveheart. Lucky boy. At night, and it was slightly steaming. Yes, that is always nice. Steam generation rate is going down, which is not great. If I stop that... Yeah, no, I need more. It was going down because I was putting in more stuff. And yeah, we are just holding our speed at the moment. Oh, there's such a nice bridge. You could hear the Doppler effect. Oh, now look at this. Isn't this nice? Hey, this is actually kind of similar to that bit on the Ansley Island Railway of mine. Huh. That's interesting. Eyes on the rails! Well, actually, from the inside, you can... That's about as much as you can see from this side, and that's about as much as you can see from this side. If you stick your head out the window, you can see this much, or this much, which is not that much, all in all. If Mallet had smoke deflectors, well, that would be something. The thing is that underneath all of the streamlining, the A4 Pacifics look basically like A3s, with a few changes, but if you look at Flying Scotsman with the German-style smoke deflectors, then it's pretty similar to what an A4 would look like without streamlining, with smoke deflectors. Alright, downloading the value line. I will take a look at the route, figure something out, and work on it when I'm bored. Yes, I mean, you've got me excited now. It is the one by Marquis 7890? Yes, Ansley Island. That is spooky. I also have a fictional LMS 1960s London route, which could be used for this, but I will have to clone the route itself. Oh, I see. So, you can't just make a session for a route without cloning the route, or... Did they change that? How do people drive trains like that IRL? They can't see anything. Well, it's a lot of practice and a lot of communication, because you're actually two people. You've got the driver, who's over here, well, over there in some locals, but usually over here, who handles driving the train, controls. Then you've got the fireman over here, who handles all of the shoveling, in addition to looking out for a lot of the signals. Yeah? Over there, there's a quarry over there. You can see. So, yeah, there's a lot of communication between the two, and both of them have to keep an eye on this thing here. That thing. Because if this reaches too low, then the locomotive explodes. Yeah, that is, by the way, how much water is in the boiler. Yes. Oh, we're flat. Oh, great. Trains? Do you know GWR 3700? I'll probably know it if I see it. Yes, and the Verley line is by Terry Wagstaff. Ah, nice. Yes. That's Duke Dog, right? I'm not sure. Shut eyes. The route is too old for the game to do that. Oh, I see. The City of Truro. Ah, the City of Truro. Yeah, that's a nice one. A very controversial locomotive because of the whole speed record thing. This is nice. Hence why I have to clone it. Oh right, I see. I was close. Both are 440. Ah, the City of Truro. First one to break 100 miles per hour in it. Well, there are people who say that is what it was. The thing is, there was back then there was no speedometer, no tachometer. There was no dynamometer car either, so they had to figure out the speed through counting mileposts and how long it took to get from one milepost to the next milepost, and then calculate that into miles per hour, or just get an average speed. So when you leave here to when you arrive here, then get an average speed. Because of that, there is no official measure of the speed that it achieved. Could it have achieved 100 miles an hour? Yes. And personally, I do like to believe that, because it just seems so much more dramatic. Yes, the speed limit of 100 miles an hour was broken by a different locomotive a long time before it was officially broken. Yes, so many years prior, this locomotive that still exists has already achieved this thing. It just seems so much more dramatic. Now, the likelihood? Well, maybe. City of Truro isn't the best candidate to having broken that speed barrier, because City of Truro isn't an express locomotive as far as I know. I may be mistaken on that actually, but there are certainly other candidates which the locomotive design is more likely to be able to have reached that speed. Like, for example, the Stirling single wheelers from 1870 could go up to 85 miles an hour. They may have been able to go a bit faster, but that was the fastest that they were measured at. So, it depends. It could have been, yes. Is there proof that it was true? Not really. But yeah. To quote Wikipedia, actually before that, what about CB and Q, O5A, O5B, do you know about them? Not the moment. Nah, mate, that's clearly Flying Scotsman. You what? Flying what? It's City of Truro, I tell you. Right, I'm off. I've got enough of this nonsense. To quote Wikipedia, I need to look at the signal. No. The Great Western Railway 3700 class city class locomotives were a series of 2440 steam locomotives designed for hauling express passenger trains. Oh, so they were express passengers. I must be mistaking them for a different locomotive then. Thanks. The first loco to go 100 miles an hour was the Milwaukee Road F6 6402. Interesting. I haven't heard of that before. Can you link to an article about that? Because that would be quite interesting. I thought it was Flying Scotsman, but that might have been just the first locomotive in the UK to do it. Because if that's not true, then I would like to see an article about that. This? Interesting. Don't worry, I am keeping an eye on things. And yes, here as well. Yeah, I don't have enough time to read all of that, but that is actually quite interesting. Such great sound, yeah. The description says it. Yes, but in these kind of situations there is a lot of contested stuff as well, where it depends on what exactly you count or not, because it depends on whether you accept an average speed, or whether it has to be documented by scientific equipment such as a speedometer or a dynamometer car, or whether it has to be counted via mileposts, or there are a lot of things that some people might accept and some people might not. And yes, going up this hill, she is drinking a lot of water. The description says the following. This is the only known footage to exist of Milwaukee Road F6 class number 6402. On the day she became the world's first steam locomotive to reach 100 miles an hour. The date is July 20th, 1934, 4 months and 10 days before the famed Run of Flying Scotsman. We're just south of Lake Wisconsin, which is now Oak Creek Country, and we await the high-speed steam locomotive. Right now, she may be running in the high 90s, but once to Lake 6402 will crack the ton. That is interesting. What kind of equipment was that measured with? Love that people are animated inside the train. Ah, yes, that is nice. But that's a driver and fireman. In a lot of inside the actual coaches, they're not. Is there a few like this? Oh, there aren't any. Oh, we can ride like this for a bit. That seems totally safe. Back in a bit. Yeah, it's quite immersive. Bye. I told it's true. Yeah, I saw. Yes, I mean, that is fascinating. It's quite nice. Now back in the front. Oh, there's a 30 speed limit coming up. Could that possibly be the Ribblehead Viaduct? Maybe. Oh, it's a station. Oh no, it does say Ribblehead. Yeah, I saw. It sent 400 men to heaven. The first 20 miles, yeah. A comment said, what was its record? Referring to 6402. The author of the vid said 100 to 103.5 miles an hour. Interesting. Very interesting. Clear. Okay, that's going to be enough water for now. Means I can increase the throttle again, but only slightly because we are going to be coming up on a 30 soon. Wait, wait, where was the AWS? I want to see this. I want to see this because there was an AWS back here, which I did see. This one. Oh, and there's another one. Oh, right. Haha, it happened again. So, do you want to have a nice, look around? But we've not got a timetable today, so that's fine. Welcome back. 30. Bloody hell, that was quick. Yeah, I had it typed out beforehand. Haha. Well, luckily this locomotive can handle a start on this. If I'm... Ah, bless you for it. The power of cab forwards compels me. Yes. Like the color of the loco, like a moss green. And yes, this is Great Western locomotive. Although to me the color looks more BR green, but it's Great Western livery. Do we stop here? Do we stop here? GW green? Maybe. Do we stop here? Yes or no? Do we stop here? I need to know. Type in chat. Come on, type in chat. Do we stop here? Ah, makes no odds to me. Doesn't make... Yes! Okay. Right. Ribblehead. It's good because then we can have a look around. Okay. Right. Opening doors. Right, so this is Ribblehead Station. As you can see, it's in the middle of a metropolis. Right, and this over here is the famous Ribblehead Viaduct. Just look at this. Now that is impressive. And yes, as you can tell, well, it looks like it was double tracked at some point, but there's at the moment only one track running over it. Although it may only have been one track from the start, I'm not entirely sure. Yes, you can have a nice view from below. Right, so just waiting for the brakes to release. Right. Makes no odds to me. Doesn't make it any less meaningful. Doing it anymore? Yes. Does the MT in British Standard Class 5 MT stand for mixed traffic? Maybe. I don't know. Stop. Well, good thing I sharped then. Chant. Stop the train! Stop the train! Stop the train! Stop the train! Take this! Chesapeake and Ohio Class M1. That looks nice. Here we are. Coming onto the Ribblehead Viaduct. Ah, yes, that one. I know that one. I want to make that for trains when I know how to make locomotives, but I don't. I mean, make a locomotive. When I know how to make locomotives for trains. Oh, now look at this. Come on, we have to disable HUD for this one, and also that little bit. Just look at that. Ah, how are we doing speed-wise? I could do with a bit more speed actually. That should be fine. Right now, just look at it like that. I mean, isn't that just magnificent? Actually, I want to get a picture of it. Maybe like this. That looks impressive. Did you know there was a selection of a crowd during a live event that just started chanting the section's own name, 220 I think, during a live event? No, I didn't. Yep, already knew about it. I didn't know that. But I didn't know what it was called, so thanks. Shadow's famous Ribblehead Viaduct. Me, who has never heard of it. The what? The what viaduct? Nope, I didn't. Nickname of the M1. Sacred Cow. Crow. Sacred Crow, of course. Interesting. It's a famous viaduct in the northwest of England, in Yorkshire. Between Settle and Carlisle, obviously, yes. Yeah, that fan base, which I'm a part of, but not the selfish chanting part, chants, "We are awesome," instead of, "This is awesome." The screech was also meant to be chanted. Oh. Thumbnail! Shadow's thumbnail! Snippy snap snap, Snippy snap snap, Also singing was good. curses. Do you have an idea of how little that narrows it down? Pun on narrow viaduct intended. Wow. Train spotting in Ribblesdale. Who's coming? I am. Definitely. I mean, if you're going, I'm definitely up for that. But if you're actually doing that, if you're actually going to do that, then yes, of course, I'd love to come along. And I mean that most sincerely. If you, okay. Little river. Oh, is that tunnel coming up ahead? Oh, there is. Better put enough, coal in now. Oh, yes. Yeah, true. Sorry, here it is. A little bit viaduct. Yeah, yes. If you're interested, it was an episode of WWE's Monday Night Raw. Yeah, not interested, sorry. Actually, no, I'm not sorry. There's nothing to be sorry about now. Closing public store. Ooh. It's like I'm going to France. Through the Channel Tunnel. And it's become a tradition for fans to bring and throw beach balls to the Raw after WrestleMania. Oh. Do they keep them, or do they give them back? I mean, the beach balls, I mean. Ah. Wait, the viaduct is between Settle and Carlisle? Yeah. And I'd love to go. If so, it means it is in trains. Well, okay. I'm currently driving from Settle to Appleby on the Settle to Carlisle run. And I've just passed over the Ribblehead Viaduct, so it kind of has to be on that line, then, if this is realistic, which it is. Nice, because the route exists in trains. Payway in it. Trace, you're what? Looking for ants? Of course, I'm always looking for ants. Yeah, it is payware. Trace, I know you ain't. I'm just giving more info for people that are, if nothing else, interested in knowing one more bit of trivia. Yeah, that is absolutely fine. Alright, I thought so. Ooh, I think we've just passed the summit, because we're starting to go downhill a bit, which is a good thing in this case. Right. Though there is a short branch line section from 2006 on the DLS. Oh, is that the Hawes Junction? Is that the one? Because that one, when I first found that, I think when that came with trains at one point, I played on it a bit. I drove, I think, the class 37 with a honk sound, with the horn. That left quite the impression on me. That was quite nice. I also like the tracks. Those the dark grey of the tracks, especially the rusty ones. That was nice. Okay. Oh, there we are. And what a lovely sight it is. The speed limit's increased to 60, by the way, and we're accelerating to that speed. We need a bit more fire. Oh, this might also be a lovely spot for a thumbnail of sorts. Sort of just, oh, you know, like this, maybe? Far away. Well, I think it's fine. just want to make sure that I'm not losing too much boil pressure. Oh, you can see... look, if you look in there, you can see the orange light that's illuminating from the firebox. Means if I close it, the light goes away. On the roof of the cab up there, if I open it, see it illuminating, which is very nice. That's actually something they also did in Thomas the Tank Engine, the original stuff, which they are not doing in CGI. Although that could also be a good thumbnail there. Oh, wait, we have to slow down to, what is it, 30, I believe? I'll just have to keep a lookout on the side. Are we stopping at Dent? I need to know this for unrelated reasons. Well, somewhat related reasons. Are we stopping at Dent, or are we not stopping at Dent? I love how the wagons just jiggle around back there. If you look back there, you can see, I mean, this kind of, should I make the joke? Sure, why not? This kind of, jiggle is the kind of thing that I want physics for. So, this. Right, quickly see, don't stop! Okay, I'm not gonna stop. However, but I need to slow down a bit because of the 30. And there we go. Yeah. AWS. Looks like we're stopping anyway. Right. Not sure which one. Right, the DLS thing. Not sure which one. I think it was the junction branch line. Everybody, have a nice view. We're currently, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're sorry for the delay. We're, currently stopped at a red signal because of a train that's up ahead. Sorry for any delay. Yes. Horse Junction, yes, yes! Oh, that's nice. Shelley's, well, the fans throw the beach balls around the area into the rings, so I guess they don't keep them. Cesaro was famous for ripping open one of them. Wow. With a BR Green 37. And the F7. Wait, an F7? On Horse Junction? What madness is this? No, I know what you mean, And Fowler 4F Grizzly A3 Flying Scotsman, yeah. But not the American F7. Ha! I made the joke before I saw what you wrote. I'm downloading the British routes. I will check them out. Hopefully won't have too many missing unknown dependencies. Which one do you mean then? Fowler F7? Yeah, it came with a Fowler F7, not the American EMD F7. Yeah, I'd love the horn on that. I love the horn on that. Came with UTC back in the day. Yes, sorry, this is an express passenger train? Yes, we're not stopping. Yeah, express passenger. Wait, why am I driving so slowly? Red signal, mate. Yeah, express train. Yes. Okay, quick. We need to get quicker. We need to get quicker. We need more speed. And it's only because I was in this view. If I were in this view, I would have heard the AWS going off. The only other way, if I'm on the outside, to see if the AWS is going off or not, is if the little exclamation mark beside the green circle on the right is yellow and black striped, which is very small. It doesn't make a sound, and it's also transparent because of how I set it up. So, yeah. But it doesn't matter that much. This is not a career scenario, so there's no score. Coming up to another tunnel. So did Highland Valley. City and Country USA, the Black Forest. Norfolk and Western also had the same type of engine, like the M1. Very interesting. And a whole lot more Australian Outback. Alright! Chris, interesting, indeed. Now I don't make a lot of hump yards and trains, but I feel like the one I just did in Ostrava is like the best I've ever done. Even though it's pure street. Oh. Well. Oh, so you're using the triggers. Are you using the triggers? Because there is actually a system in trains where it automatically decouples. You initiate the thing, then you have a trigger where it decouples it, and you've got retarders to brake the moving cars or wagons down. Are you using that system? Oh, this is nice. Just look at this. And look down there. Actually, you know what? I'll try to get another candidate for a thumbnail here. Maybe like that. Or perhaps like that. That could also be one. Maybe this. I mean, this could also be very nice, like that. Maybe that one. Anyway, sorry about that. Haha. Speed limit okay. Are we stopping at Garsdale? Tell me in chat, are we stopping at Garsdale? Oh, nonsense. I'm sure they're all great. No. Oh, they bothered to do that. Oh my god. They're moving. They're moving. Yep, yeah, they didn't talk the tangent. That was one of the AWS things. Yes, okay, so we are stopping here, which means I need to brake for the landing. Red light below the cab. Dent. Yeah, but that's it. That is literally it. Don't stop. Drat it. I could have left stop out. Trace, joke? What joke? Trace XD. Okay, that's actually a good one. Didn't catch it, sorry. I feel like we're playing keep the ball in the air, but the ball is a joke, and you threw it right over me. Aww. Also, I need to put the blower on because of the throttle it. At 0. So it's not creating a draft. On a Garsdale afternoon. That's quite a nice landing there, isn't it? Oh, and wheel slip. Why do we have wheel slip? Anyway. Yes, this is... this is Garsdale. Garsdale Station. And yes, this is very nice. You've got a little bit of forest up there, you've got fields, you've got the valley, you've got some houses. Down there it looks like there's a river. Yes, there is. Sorry. Down here, which is very, very nice. I would love to visit this place in real life as well sometime. Right? So I'll continue to read chat. I'll send you a private. Alright. He'll probably explain anyway. Not sure what you mean at the moment. What joke? That's what I'm afraid of. Shadice. Beautiful shot right there. Lovely. A lot of thumbnail content. Ugh. This stream. Yes, but saying ugh after content every time makes it worse. That trigger to decouple is an object. There are several brake triggers. I'm yet to decide which way to go, but it will most likely let the player to sort out the cars with the junction flipping, but use braking triggers. Quality content. Yes, or content. Shouldn't we be at RCT? Yes, we should. But there were technical difficulties and things like that, so we're having issues at the moment. Did you know the Glenfield Viaduct that appears in Harry Potter is also featured in a TS route, more specifically the Well-Challenged line extension? And I've got a strong feeling that Shadows has that route. I do. And that was the other contestant, well, there was actually another one, third one, but that was the other contestant for what we should do today. But I decided on continuing with the set of Carlisle. All aboard! Runaway driver. I love the sound of steam. I'm so glad that I didn't give up on trying to learn how to drive steam locomotives in Train Sim. Yes, but he tends to finish off scenarios. Yeah. Curtis, will you explain the joke in your words? Ah, that's cool. Yeah. Fango. I'm scared, but I'm also excited. You mean the joke about the jiggle physics of the cars, of the wagons? Do you mean that one? Do you want to explain that one? Right. Ah, that's cool. Yeah. Right. Yeah, but this ain't scenario, just quick drive. Yes, but only because there was no other option. Plus, we're already in the route, and I'm treating this like an actual scenario, except that I'm not paying as much attention to the AWS as you can probably tell. Can't wait to see how he'll phrase it. Yeah, but start of stream got delayed because Windows decided to start an update. True. I think he'll get to the place he said he'd get to first, yes. It had to be, 1 second. There we go. It had to be cancelled by postponing the Parallels Virtual Machine VM, which took quite a bit. Actually, starting back up took quite a bit of time. But this is just gorgeous, isn't it? It always skips through. Yeah, props. And yes, I am intrigued too. Oh my lord, I just found a giant free TS19 British route. Oh, what is it called? Pray tell. Also, I need water in the loco. Oh, there's a tunnel coming up, that's great. Actually, I should put in a bit more coal if we're out of the tunnel at the moment. Where do you want to go to IRL? Country, county, city, take your pick, and multiples are allowed because I'm indecisive. Well, I would like to go to a lot of places. I mean, I would love to see, like, it depends. From, like, just leaving out the political aspect of things. So I mean the political situation of the country, just as the country itself. I would love to go visit Turkey and Mesopotamia, because of the sheer amount of archaeological history there is there, and because it's so different than the temperate environment that, well, I'm used to. So I would love to visit that. However, there is of course a lot of political tension there, as well as very strict law enforcement, which means that I will probably not be able to visit those countries. Why did I hear that outside the AWS just now? Is it just... Did those sneaky people only make it so you don't hear the permanent AWS from outside? That would be really sneaky if they did that. You'll send us a privy? Oh, right, you can drop it off in the backyard. I have no use for it indoors because I have a built-in one. Damn you. I go out of my way to explain it in safe way, and this is how you repay me? Oh gosh, 20 more miles until Appleby. 17 now. And we're going quite quickly, so unless I trip another AWS thing, ding, we should be fine. Nice! Thanks, much obliged. About damn you. Also, we don't know if what you said was the case. Sorry. Yeah, 10 to 1. Paradise. Oh, that is nice. Oh, actually coming up on 60 now. What is also here we go. Try this, read chat instead of explaining joke. So you want me to explain it? Yes or no? I'm asking you now. Type explain or do not explain. And we're at 60. 60 miles an hour, everyone. 61 miles an hour, everyone. No, that is too fast. Dun 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 da da dun 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 da 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 dum da da dun 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 da 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 dum da 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 dun 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 da dun 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 dum da da dun 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 dun. Yes, we need a proper flyby, I'm very aware. Oh, a nice bridge. That's perfect for the flyby. Or so he erroneously thought. No, no. Here we go. What you said in DMs, we don't know if that's the case. It probably is. It probably is. Oh, and it jumped. The chat jumped away. Yeah, true. Which British route? It's called Cornish Railways. Alright, I can make some modern sessions there. Nice, nice. I'd like to go to St. Ives, Fort William. Wait, well, right. I'd like to visit United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru. Yeah, I know. The main places I want to go are... I'm speeding. So apparently I want to go get somewhere quickly. Which is interesting. Like, if I was driving this properly, I would not have tripped those AWS things. And I would also not be speeding. But... this way is better in this case. Oh, need to pay attention. That was not a permanent one. Good. The AWS, I mean. I want to go America, just to see what it's like, because I've never really been to a big city. Well, if you want to go to a big city, London has plenty of skyscrapers. Yeah, I would suggest to go to London. It's a bit easier to get to than America. Also a bit safer to get to. So... that is my suggestion. If you want to go to a big city, go to London. Of course, it's not as big. It's not got as many skyscrapers as, say, New York, of course. But it has its fair share of skyscrapers. Japan, similar reasons to America, and I'd love to learn about the potentially different culture. And also Samoa. Ooh, interesting choices. Yako! Yeah, yes. Animaniacs? Yes. We're animani, totally insane. Animaniacs. Oh damn it! I have Yako's World stuck in my head now. Those were the facts. You're welcome. Trace, haha. They probs did mute the permanent AWS on outside, probably. Trace, will you explain the jiggle physics joke? Sure. Should I explain the jiggle tender joke? You made your bed, so lie in it. Bow. To explain. Yeah, of course. So, okay. There's a game genre. It's got MMOs, MMORPGs more specifically. Which means massively multiplayer online games, role-playing games, massively multiplayer online role-playing games, or MMOs in general, which are, a lot of them are free to play, which means you can download them for free, and you can play them for free. However, they then, because they need to make... Oh, so I was popping at Kirkby Stevenson. Stephen, probably not because of time issues, so I'm just gonna race through. Yeah, so actually let's go, which side is it on? Can we see? Can't see it. I'll just leave it like this for now. Actually go on this side so we can see the curve a bit better. Oops, speeding. Right, so they have to earn their money through microtransactions. So yes, you can play the game for free, but to get better things in the game, because most of them are combat-focused games. Actually, the other side was better, this one. So yes, there we go. Kirkby, which, actually, fun fact, Kirk is actually old word for church. So, yeah. Right, so because of that, a lot of MMOs rely on grinding, so that players, to get anywhere in the game, have to spend a lot of time doing boring things in the game to get to the bit that is fun to play. Now, those two things combined means that the game developers have to keep people, their target audience, their players, invested in the game for as long as possible. Because if you've already invested so much time into the game grinding, basically time wasted in the for the promise that it will get interesting further on, then it's more likely that someone will pay money, microtransactions, to get further, because then that will validate it will feel like that the time that's been wasted on it has actually been used instead of being wasted. And because of that, developers of these kind of games of most MMOs, do everything in their power to keep their target audience engaged in the game. Now, for most MMOs, the target audience is male, yeah? Men. So, sort of kind of young adults, older teenagers, young adults. And I know quite a bit about that because, again, I'm a game developer myself. Not of most MMOs, but I have done a lot of research on the subject. So because of that, a lot of these games overly sexualize the characters in the game. So that is where the term jiggle physics comes from, because these games, I'm not sure if it's actually multiples of these games, have in their advertising advertised that the female characters in their game have their breasts have physics so that they jiggle, basically. That is where that comes from. To keep the male audience of young adults ensnared in the game, to keep them coming back more, so that the likelihood that they'll pay to unlock stuff is greater. Now, that has become kind of a thing where quite a well-known thing with people who have a lot to do with video games. That that's one aspect of it. So the joke was that when I was looking back here, I saw the tender rocking back and forth, jiggling. So without realizing it, I said, I wanted to say, I love the physics of that, the jiggling physics of this. But then I remembered, wait, that's actually a thing from MMORPGs where that whole thing. So then I thought, well, maybe not say it then. But then I thought, well, it's not that bad, and someone might find it funny. So then I said it. And that was probably the thing that Mr. W had already given you in a private message. So, and besides, it's 13 plus only in here, so there's no chance of little kids officially being here. Because that would violate the terms of use. It's called terms of use. So, yeah. And judging by what he said, that is probably what he's told you. So, explain! As fast as the cars in that video. Yeah, 60 miles an hour. Oh, where is it? Explain, just so I can know whether you're thinking the same thing me and Kang Fango think you're thinking. Looking forward to this. Great, I hope I delivered. XD. Yep, you're 99% right, Mr. W. Especially since before he made it, said, should I make that joke? Okay, sure. Yeah, exactly. XD. Yeah, forgot about that. He's loosening up, at least, which is good. What do you mean loosening up? What do you mean loosening up? Do you mean being more inappropriate? In which case, not really, because that was an appropriate joke for this audience, at least. So, kind of depends on how you see that. Never thought I'd ever hear Shadice make a joke like that. Well, it was more of an accidental joke, and then I thought I might as well turn it into a real one. Right. Shadice, yeah, but America would be so different than what I'm used to as well. London would be, I feel, what I'm used to culturally, but bigger. Well, it is, of course, similar, because of, well, it is in England, but from it is very, very different to where, if you're living in kind of a more, if you're not living in a city, then it is very, very different. There's just so much more variety in culture and peoples, and so much more of a rush. At least when I was there. I'm not sure how the current world situation has affected it. at least when I was there, it was a very, very different experience to being, for example, in Somerset or something like that. You and me both, choosing his words carefully. Of course! Of course I'm choosing my words carefully. We've only got 5 more miles to go. Costa Rica, Belize, Nicaragua, Bermuda, Bahamas. Nice, it's Church B. Stevens. Yeah. Oh boy, here we go. Nope, not yet. Here we go, it seems. Here we go! Money. I don't think it's exclusive to MMOs. It's not exclusive to MMOs, but that's where it originated from. Can I go quick? Sing Yakko's World. Make it more wholesome. Yeah. I don't know how to spell the countries. Also, what does MMO stand for? It stands for Massively Multiplayer Online. Something online? Yes. Massively Multiplayer Online. I actually lost a lot of speed there because I wasn't focusing on the game. Yeah. But the thing is about the joke, I probably would not have thought of the joke myself, just casually. But I did think of it. I did think of it accidentally. And then, if I hadn't said it, I would have just censored myself. Even though it would have been needless. So, I thought I might as well say it. Not that I find it particularly funny, but yeah, anyway, doesn't matter. Need to slow down a little, well, not slow down, but slow down the acceleration bit. Yeah, I'll sing the other one in chat. Cheers. Isn't there a state one? Yep, that one. Oh well, losing internet now, buffering a lot. Baton Louisiana. Okay. I'm ahead of. Okay, bye Slovak. Indianapolis, Indiana. Might be back later. Bye, Slovak, you'll see you soon. See ya guys, and thanks for the stream. Oh, you're welcome. I don't blame ya. See ya. See ya. Chad is willing to make a wide variety of jokes. Oh right, I see. Well. There you go. Because when I first met you, I would never thought you'd even come up with the joke. Not a criticism, just an observation. No, even if it was criticism, it would be welcome, because, oh, criticism is important. As long as it's at least somewhat constructive. And yeah, the thing is, that is still true, because I didn't come up with it, I just stumbled upon it. I had no idea that me telling a joke would have this big of an impact on chat. We've been talking about this for months at this rate. Right. Going at 60 miles an hour still. Just look at those driving wheels. This is beautiful. Still about 2 miles out of Appleby. I can't believe this. I know the entire song, but I don't know the next line. Help me! I don't know. Just look it up. Quickly! And Columbus is the capital of Ohio. There's Montgomery, Alabama. South of Helena, Montana. Then there's Denver, Colorado. And Boise, Idaho. Woohoo! Texas is Austin, then we go north to Montpelier, which is up in Vermont. Hartford's in Connecticut, so pretty in the fall. And Kansas has Topeka, Minnesota has St. Paul. That is a nice song. Elvis used to hang out there a lot, you know. Violin intensifies. Chris, yeah, if a more usual teen did it, then it would be immature and kinda a cop-out. It would have been the first thing they thought of, but you put together physics and jiggle and thought, oh, that sounds like something else I've heard of. Yeah, exactly. I know the entire song. Great. For some odd reason, I needed to look up the third line. I knew it was something Columbus, but I didn't know. So strange. So very, very strange. Yes, of course. Very, very strange. And there is Appleby coming that we're coming up on. Maybe I should just end by tripping another AWS, shouldn't I? That might be good. Quite a good run, that, actually. All things considered. Well, all things considered except for the parts where it wasn't a good run. The actual song is called Turkey in the Straw. There we go, Appleby. Yes, the station's looking a bit sparse. They're renovating it. No. There we go, that's Appleby station over there. Trenton's in New Jersey, north of Trenton's in New Jersey, north of Jefferson, Missouri. Anyone have any idea of what we're getting out? One second, I'll read that when. I've stopped. For some reason, it always gives me wheel slip when it says wheel slip whenever I put the brakes on all the way, which is not correct because I'm not getting wheel slip. So, yes, there you go. This is Appleby, which is what we went to last time. But last time we came from down there and stopped over here. This time we came from over here and stopped there. So yes, that is the Settle Carlisle line. Very nice. Well done, you've reached the end of this quick drive scenario. Great! That is great. Anyone have any idea on how we're getting out of the situation we've put ourselves in on Saturday? I do, but I'm not telling. You've got Richmond in Virginia, South Dakota has Prairie, Harrisburg's in Pennsylvania, and Augusta's up in Maine. Then there's Providence, Rhode Island, next to Denver, Delaware. Concord, New Hampshire, then we go north. Just a quick jaunt to Montreal, which is up in Vermont. Wait, that's wrong! Right, so let's do a little bit of roller coaster tycoon, as much as we reasonably can do. Also, when Transport Fever 2 comes out for Mac, which is supposed to come out on the 23rd of February, then you may see a new series starting up, a new stream series. That is not ideal. What's happening here? Come on. You can't just leave it like that. Hold on, let me fix stuff. That's interesting. It says that it's... Ah, there we go. It wasn't... I see. Oh, that is really strange. Here, look at that. I've got this window, and I've got this window. It's like it opened up a new window for windowed mode, but hadn't actually gone over to it, which is really very strange. Right. Okay. Right, so... I know it. I guarantee I know it. It's harder to do it in chat, okay? Yeah, because if you're singing it, it kind of just is like a wheel that's turning, and you keep going, and then, yeah. Right, so that should have worked. Now I'll quickly chat, and then we are going to continue. Then we're going to continue. Chat is prairie, not prairie. Oh, Pyrie, not prairie. Oh. Dover, Delaware. Oh, I'm sorry, but you didn't answer in the form of a question. Falls over. The answer is the names of all 50 states and their capitals. Okay, here goes. Music starts. Huh? Mr. Countries of the World song. What's the line before that? 50 minutes of RCT. Hopefully. That from the reboot. Only seen a few excerpts. None of the episodes. No clue. Of the reboot. Alright, Paradise. Pyrie is pronounced Pierre. Oh, Pierre. Oh, of course, Pierre. Because, right, Pierre, of course, French word. Name. Because I was in the mindset of prairie, I thought, okay, not prairie, but, prairie, but yeah, you're right. Also, sorry. That's fine. See, we didn't have Animaniacs where I am. Yep. Okay, so I'll be back in a few seconds with Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. So until that, thank you very much for watching. And yep, French word, name, song thing. Oh yeah, well if you're so great, what did you do to the other 15 chapels, huh? Gotcha there. Bye. Bye. See you later.